Injustice for the elderly are not being properly taken care of as they should be. Many people would argue that the elderly are being terribly taken care of when being sent to nursing homes because the people working there are not there to care for them, but instead to serve their job. In many places in the world, the elderly are never a priority, but us as a community should serve the people who once served us with respect. The people who cared for us, loved us, gave their everything, are not being prioritized. Pope Francis shared his insight on why he thought on how humanity treats the elderly because of poor care being shown. He said the cruel abandonment of older persons, meaning that as humans we fail to care for the elderly, therefore abandon them in such a cruel manner. Pope Francis felt that he should step forward and show his insight and even made a day dedicated towards the elderly, the fourth Sunday of July. Compassion should be a prominent part when showing affection to the elderly. To put your loved ones in an elderly home is fine, but they took care of you, they showed you love. To take care of them, you don't have to be by their side every day, but instead, show them that you still care while you still have the time. Being in an elderly home means that you're letting other people take care of them and waiting for something to happen. Taking responsibility shows that you still love and care for the person. Life isn't long, meaning at any given time the person can pass away. Especially the elderly. Taking care taking the responsibility to take care of them means that y- you will have been with them when they pass or when they're still conscious. The cruelty that elderly face in nursing homes just because people are trying to work is disgusting. Taking care of them means that you have full control if they're fed properly and being treated appropriately. Genesis 1 states, "In the beginning God created heaven and earth," meaning that we should all be valued children of God. The dignity that elderly should be receiving is much higher than we set as the minimum. From the time they were conceived to the time of death, we should always treat them with respect. Treat the elderly better in the likeness of God as we reflect the image of God with our moral and spiritual nature. What does the word compassion mean to Pope Francis? To suffer with, in other words, to empathize with the suffering, or another to point of taking upon itself. His words mean His words meant that you should emphasize upon who is suffering and take it into your own point of view, giving the situation of suffering and understanding what they're going through. The meaning of compassion to Pope Francis should give us perspective of what we should be doing and reflect upon our actions as the next generation. Just because we're the next generation doesn't mean we should forget about the previous generation that made sacrifices they made for us to have the life we have today.